In this video, we chased yellow stripes across elephant grass, caught some sleeping beauties while their adventurous kids were busy exploring. We saw peacocks dancing without any rain, dust bathing of elephants, Katiba, the graceful tigress walking all around us, and discovered the hidden secret chambers of Tigress Tala. We went out for night safaris even though tigers were showing up every now and then during the daytime itself. Planning for this trip began in Jan 2025. The tickets were booked in Feb as soon as the bookings were opened. The gears were all packed and our minds were traveling much faster than the Indian railways. We fly too often, but the train journeys are special, in my opinion. They allow you time to get out of your regular environment and get into the environment that is going to be yours for the upcoming holidays. We got down from the train at a place called Umadia, as it was roughly 35 kilometers from Bandhavgarh, and the idea was to get ready within an hour of reaching there because we had a buffer zone safari planned for that day itself. Now here you will see we quickly chose a room. The owners were very helpful and helped us choose the room of our liking amongst the available ones. And very soon we headed for the Panpatha buffer zone. Now here you will see there are three of us, three photographers on the vehicle, and that's kind of what you should be having at max, otherwise it can be a bit of a trouble. We were the first ones to arrive at the Panpatha buffer zone entrance. The temperature was in the high 30s, but it was not unpleasant, and whatever difficulty we had with the weather was overshadowed by our excitement. Now let me give you a quick tour of my gear. So I was carrying a Sony 100-400 and a Sony 400 f2.8 on A1 and A9 respectively. We had our bean bags. Tripods are a strict no-no, especially in scenarios when you have multiple photographers in the car. Here you will see within the first 15 minutes of our safari on day one, we were able to get a sighting. And this can happen only in Bandhavgarh. Like almost all other places that we have been, the first trip at least, we never had any sightings. You have in front of you the Panhai Female. Word was out that she had three cubs who were around 3 to 4 months old. She was getting up from time to time to take a quick look at who was around. We were hoping she would be calling for the kids to show up, but unfortunately she was pretty okay leaving them alone in the nearby hilltop. Now we had to leave the exit gates by 7 o'clock, and the evening was getting darker every minute. Finally, around 6:45, she started calling out for the kids. We were not sure whether we would be lucky enough to see the kids, as this was getting dangerously close to our exit time. Now, our guide or come driver Chandraprakash informed us that the best place to position ourselves would be in between the two tiny hills, the one on which the mother was and the children were supposed to be on the other side of the hill. So here you will see the cars positioned themselves, leaving sufficient space for the tiger cubs to move across and go to their mother. And finally, we got a glimpse of the tiger cubs, but unfortunately, they were in no mood to travel and go across to their mother. Soon it was dark and we could not see them crossing over. So we were a little disappointed, but hey, it was our third tiger that we were seeing for the day. So we were pretty happy. Next day morning, we are at the Tala zone main entrance, waiting for the gate to open. Those who get whole day passes get a 15-minute head start, so they can enter 15 minutes earlier than rest of the people out there, and that gives you significant advantage. However, another critical thing for getting good pictures is your driver should be having a good photo sense. That is, they should be able to position your car or the safari vehicle in a way that lets you take good pictures. They should have sense of light and a bit of photographic sense as well. Now, in our case, we were extremely lucky. Chandraprakash, I'll provide his contact details, was very sensible. He drove aggressively whenever required and positioned us for some beautiful pictures, which I'll be sharing towards the end of this video. Now, very soon, we saw this peacock who gracefully danced for us, even though there was no rain. I mean, this for the first time that we were able to see a peacock dancing, and also lucky enough to be able to capture it. Soon after the peacock dance were over, we started looking for tigers again. But before we could sight tigers, we saw something which was equally royal. We saw this bull elephant kind of playing with dust and approaching us. Word was out that Bajrang, who was the dominant male of this region, was seen in the Sita Kunj area. So we headed towards Sita Kunj and soon got a glimpse of Bajrang. There are many sub-adult cubs which are moving around in this Tala region, and all of them are offsprings of Bajrang and some other females. This sub-adult that you see on my screen is also one of Bajrang's offspring. Soon we were done with the day safari and it was time for the evening safari, and within the first few minutes itself, I would say first 10 minutes itself, our guide got the information that this particular tigress known as, come on, I can't remember the name now. So what happens is during the daytime, especially in the months of May and early June, with the summer heat, the tigers mostly are very inactive and lazy. So they find the water bodies and lay down without much movement. So this is the time when you actually can get a lot of time with these creatures, rather than in some parks you will see you are getting time with the tigers only when they're crossing the roads or when they decide to show up on the road. So these give you ample sighting time and photo opportunities. We were just hoping she'd be getting up and giving us some more opportunities. And her name is Katiba. Katiba finally got up. We were hoping she'll do more than just sitting there, and we'll be able to get some pictures. Katiba has one of her top canines broken, top left canine. It's not completely uprooted, but part of it is broken. And there she goes. Soon we were coming to the end of day 2 safari. We were pretty happy with all the sightings done so far. I am going to cover the sightings for day 3 and day 4, which are again most likely a lot more exciting than the first 2 days, as a part of a separate video. This is where we find the secret chambers of Tala and some more tigers in action. Thanks a lot for watching this far. I'll be showing some pictures taken towards the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.